Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me today. Let me just turn up the lighting and the volume here. Okay, perfect. So, the message I got today, and it's fitting with the cards that came out. Well, the first card that came out. It's hard admitting that I might be wrong. The message I got today, well, I left my place this morning to get coffee, had to do with it was actually for the feminine, and it was, well, it could have been for anyone actually now when I'm saying that. It has to do with the fact that it's kind of a manifestation thing where you think you might be wrong about something, which you're probably not wrong about. When you act as though you did something wrong, you get that. And the example that was given to me while I was walking for my coffee was, for example, if you message your DM, because a lot of people are like, oh no, I messaged him and I shouldn't have done that. Okay, maybe you shouldn't have said some of the stuff you said in the message. Maybe it would have been best not to. But if you act like you did something wrong, you're going to be treated that way because you're basically creating that. And I'm not sure exactly how this is going to relate to the message, but what it had to do with is this morning I woke up and the dog had gone to the bathroom on the floor in the bathroom. Whatever. I wasn't even mad, and I don't it's annoying. But I'm like, okay, ready to go get the coffee. And I'm like, okay, mister, you come in to go out for a walk, to go to the bathroom. And he didn't come. And it's because in his mind, he did something wrong. Therefore, he chose to hide. And you know what I did? I said, okay, you can stay. Wherever you're hiding, go ahead and stay. You can get your next bathroom. Because I'm just noticing I knocked over the plant here. Sorry, I got to get the plant. 1 second. I'm really sorry. I just can't leave that there like that. It's one of these very special cactuses. My friend has taken a lot of time to grow, and I don't know what I did there, but I knocked it over, and I have OCD too, so I can't leave it there like that. Anyhow, so the message is something about that. And when I pulled the cards to get the energy, it's hard admitting it might be wrong. I might be wrong. The DM is saying that, and he's saying, like, it's not you. I'm going crazy. So I found that like a really interesting message that can probably help you guys when you do something that you're kind of doubtful about. My suggestion with what I've learned and what works for me is to not get all upset about it, to not get really worried about it. So I'm trying to have like the right lighting here. I know nothing about lighting. I don't know what's going on. I just feel like it's really dark here. Let me turn on the light. Sorry. And then I'll get to the reading. I don't know if that will even make a difference. I just prefer light, so I'm guessing some other people prefer light. There, if I get that closer and closer. There we go. Okay. So let's begin, and we're just going to really see, like, what does the DM feel right now? What's in his headspace? He's, for those of you that watched the video I posted yesterday, I took it down because it was very choppy and very, it took a long time to get the message together. And what the message was that the divine masculine is super excited. And I'm like, why is he super excited over this Thanksgiving? I almost call it a Thanksgiving portal from the Canadian Thanksgiving to the American Thanksgiving. I'm like, why is he super excited? And the reason he was super excited is because he's leaving or has left the Karmic. But there was an energy of that if something's wrong. So when we looked into it, what was wrong is that it's not the time. There's actually closures that have to happen between your person and their karma. And on top of that, you can't leave the Karmic in despair because that's just creating more karma. So what the energy was 8 of Swords for both of them. And the Karmic person came up as having to be in the Queen of Cups energy. And in other words, in that calm, peaceful state. And it's not that it's his responsibility to make sure, but he just can't leave her in the Eight of Swords. That will literally cause her to either chase or retaliate or hang on to a grudge for the rest of his life. So that's what the message was. He was super excited, but it was kind of premature because there's still things that have to be closed in order to sever. And we had the Ace of Swords right down the center. And I mean, that was the true message, but it took like an hour to get out. So I just took that down, and I might put it on Vimeo if you want to check it out. But I didn't want to leave it up here. And people did say it made sense to them, which was good. I feel like the message was for those people. So let's begin. And let's just start, with it's hard admitting I might be wrong. Where's the masculine's headspace? And for these cards, I'm just looking for words. I took out some decks specifically just for the words. And for those of you that have ordered readings, thank you. I will be getting to more of them today. Okay, well, this is fitting. So what's on the divine masculine's mind? It doesn't matter what card it is. It's the words, as I said. And it says, I will move forward when the time is right. So this might be exactly what the masculine is admitting to. He was wrong. It's hard admitting I might be wrong. What this has to do with is the fact that he was saying to himself, it's not the time right now. It's not the time right now to do this. It's not the time to leave the karmic. And I'm not going to say it wasn't the time. There may have been an opening for this masculine to do that and to have full closure. And that might be the reason why now they're going crazy, because they hung on too long. And I'll tell you, the masculines that have left the karmics, they realize, a lot of them, if they waited and waited and waited, that really ended up backfiring. If they didn't want to be there and they waited, they were waiting for the karmic people to be like, oh, I'm going to leave. That ended up backfiring on whoever it was that didn't speak up, because there was just more drama involved once it came out that this is over. So this could be exactly what he's realizing and admitting to himself. I could have moved on a long time ago, and now there's a whole big circus, a whole big, I'm picturing like a salad that has a lot of things that don't belong in it. I guess it's my preference, but that's the image I'm getting, is this salad with there's things I don't want in my salad. So yeah, but I'm sure some people don't mind them. Okay, so this is where the headspace is and what he's admitting to might be wrong. Let's pull some tarot cards. I was guided to use this deck. I'm going to pull one more card here for one more set of words from a different deck before I move on to the tarot. Might be wrong. And his feelings. How's he feeling? How's your person? I say he. It's whatever it is, because I'm saying my other person, like my special person's a man. If it's a woman, then just say she. How's she feeling? So how's he feeling right now? How's your special person feeling? How's your SP feeling? Feelings right now is the energy I'm trying to pick up on. Okay. I got to look at these all. Oh, shoot. Okay. I know habits. So we have the analyst, and I'm not bringing up whatever the signs on the cards are, doesn't matter. The analyst of habits are in these two cards. So this person is feeling probably regret and analyzing the habits they have, right? Because we're asking, what is he feeling regretful about? What is his feelings right now? So he's analyzing habits. That's the first two cards that came out. This can be the habits of himself. It can be the habits of others, analyzing habits. So the next two cards that came out together are a crossroads, and opportunity. So I'm going to say, and at the bottom we have disappointment. I'm going to say the masculine, when it comes to his feelings right now, he's in his feelings. Or I shouldn't say in his feelings. He's in his head. And you see how long it took for a message to come out there? And it's because he's at a crossroad of what opportunity, where do I go? And it's not about what opportunity do I have, but he's like, if I take this path, I get this outcome. If I take this path, I get that outcome. And I think that with the habits energy there, I'm going to go with the fact that this person is analyzing what's good, what's healthy, what's the best thing to do, and what's just a bad habit. So to be honest, for his feelings right now, we do have roses, which are representative of wands. So that's an energy of a lot of roses here, an energy of wanting to make movement and wanting to take action and make a decision, but being at a crossroad. So they're feeling disappointment right now. Disappointment is the one feeling card that's there, because they don't know what to do, clearly. Like, it's not even that they don't know what to do. They know what to do, and they're trying to figure out the steps and the direction to take that, okay? So what is the message that we need to know? You know, because we don't need to know everything. We really don't. Thank you for everyone that's joining. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate your likes, your comments, and emails, and all of this stuff. I love it. I'm honestly loving it. I know I just say it really quickly because I have to get better at, first of all, being expressing my gratitude, and expressing when I do something wrong or something like that. That's what I just was thinking about that today. But you have to be, I don't know if it's about being more in the moment. It could be taking more time. You know, it probably does go back to being in the moment and being grounded and really like taking a deep breath and saying thank you, you know, from my heart. Like, thank you so much for being a part of this. And I noticed that the other day when a girl thanked me on Saturday, it was nothing what I did for her. She's an old friend. She's not even she really annoyed me years ago, but I don't hold grudges like that. And when I saw her at my work and she was just like by herself, and I'm like, come over here, like come in this booth, come hang out with these people. And she ended up having the best night of her life and meeting some like rock stars and stuff. I don't know these people we had performing at the club. And I saw her video and she was so happy. And she was saying, like, I just want you to know, like, I'm truly grateful for, and I was just like, whoa, like that's a really very kind way to word that. I'm like, I got to work on my ability to express gratitude and stuff like that. It's good to point out things to yourself, what you need to work on. It really is. Like last night I sat here, it's just a small list I made, but I'm making lists every day. Like, what do I want to work on? What do I want to change? Sorry, I just noticed the light went down there. And at least I wrote it out. That's a start, right? Well, this message is going to be interesting. Let's see. Come on. Okay. Wow. So the first message of the day, we're starting off with the 9 of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Swords. And I don't know why that's relevant just yet, but we will look at that after. And it's a man. The 9 of Pentacles here is a woman. So what the energy here is of the divine feminine, okay? I'm going to tell you what I pick up right off the bat. It's discontent, but not in a bad way. It's about losing patience. This is what I'm picking up, okay, guys? So this is probably for someone out there, obviously. It's about losing patience at the same time, still treating yourself very well and still appreciating everything that's around you. So we have a woman here who is growing no matter what, but at the same time, losing patience is the word that keeps on coming in to my mind. And that's absolutely understandable. Remember, I was also guided to bring up what I told you guys about this end of this year. This is a time, these next 3 months, for you to make some huge differences and to take a step back. And for those of you that are in this energy and you're like, what the hell is going on here? This is taking too long. Or when are things going to change? When am I going to get to my, castle on a cloud? And it's not about a castle on a cloud, but I see the castle in the background. Like, when am I going to have my wish? I'm so in love with myself. Like I'm so treating myself good. I honor myself. I'm protecting myself. I feel this energy of like some of you are like doing sacred womb ceremony type of things. Like I don't know if you're keeping your womb extra happy. Like let me know because I never pick up that message. But I'm noticing the energy around that area, around her waist. I'm noticing the rabbit. And that's telling me that you want this to happen. And you're just like, when is this going to happen? And then I'm just hearing like thumper, thumper, thumper. It's like, when is that going to happen? I think that's what rabbits do, right? They thump their feet. So it's like tapping the feet. So some of you could literally be like at your office or at your work or wherever you are, enjoying yourself on a normal level, but like in the back of your mind, you have that anxiety. So you're sitting there and like tapping your feet while you're like looking at the grapes or looking at what you have in front of you. There's appreciation here. There's happiness here. This is a woman that is getting creative. And this is the other thing I pick up with this card is that you are sending messages to your masculine one way or another. Some of you are actually sending messages, which you may be holding back on now. But some of you were actually sending messages like, what's up? What's going on? How are you? I'm here type of thing. And some of you are continuing to send messages 5D, telepathically. And yes, you can do that. There's also an energy here of time to put a stop on something, okay? So for everyone, that will be different. But I'm noticing her little red shoes, and I just heard like, stop. It could be stop taking... It could actually be, because it's matching the red cap, and it could actually be stop the telepathic communication for now. Take a break on it because you're getting frustrated. And it makes sense, right? You're getting frustrated. It's not working, so why keep on doing it? Unfortunately, you're feeling left out in the cold because of your own doing, in a sense, okay? And your own wanting and your own expectations that you have here. So I think it's just time to stop all the overthinking, any over communicating, and maybe even stop focusing. Like, honestly, I'm just saying, like, stop everything almost. Whatever you can stop. But it's almost like even stop focusing on how good you have it, because what I'm picking up is that some of you are like, I've done all the work. I've done everything. So why isn't this happening? And that's the blockage. So maybe that's why they mean like just pull back from everything. Stop looking at, just go within. One thing I've been practicing so much lately is sitting in silence. And I'm just like sitting there and I'm like, yeah, okay. And, I'm like enjoying it. I'm like, okay, yeah, just because it's not something I regularly do, but it is something that, it feels good when you really sit there and be like, I'm sitting here for an hour now, having a coffee with myself, sitting out looking at like a building, because there's just a building right across from me, nothing more, and enjoying it. And it's kind of interesting. Okay. So at the bottom, okay, now I got the message why it's here. The 7 of Swords. So part of the frustration is just because you're masculine, even though the 7 of Swords can be kind of deceptive at times, or whatever you want to call it, I'm not picking up that energy. I actually pick up the energy here. This guy's kind of smiling. Remember, masculines deal with things differently than feminines. Remember, they don't have to focus on a whole bunch of things at once. They can focus on one thing at a time. So here, whatever this person's doing, they're feeling good about it, but they're ignoring the bigger picture, the bigger what's in the background there at this time. And what's in the background, I'm seeing this hawk or this eagle energy. They're ignoring their connection. Okay, so and I'm not saying it's anything like serious, or I'm just saying right now, let's just see what's happening. Let's pull more. This is the message we have to hear. And it's not that they're ignoring the connection all day long, but they're trying to, I'm at a lack of words right now, distract. Okay, so like Look at him carrying all those swords. Like, I'm doing something good. I'm working my butt off. I'm like, accomplishing something. And here this feminine is just like, what the hell is going on? So there's kind of two separate energies here where this masculine really is not aware of how much you're thinking about this situation. So that's where it goes back to me saying, you're kind of creating your own situation. Well, you are creating your own situation here. We all know that. But he's not even sitting there dwelling on it because he's in his masculine doing energy. And obviously they can't be coming and doing towards us all the time. He's doing what he has to do in his circle, taking care of work or whatever it may be. The Chariot. Like, seriously. And when I look at the Chariot, I want to say he's coming. He's coming. It's not he's coming. He's coming. Like, look what he's doing. He's taming. He's managing. He's like, he has both of his hands out there. Like, he has these two beasts and he's trying to control that. And we have the Ace of Batons here. So once again, this is about this person doing stuff right now. And, it's getting out of hand in a way. This is the problem that a lot of people don't, it's not a problem. It's a thing, I guess, a situation or the truth that a lot of people don't realize is when you come in union with your person, things calm down. There's not all this craziness anymore where, things just naturally calm down. And for those of you that have contact with your masculine, it is like a battery recharge that you need at times. And even my masculine said this to me recently. He's like, just being in each other's arms is more healing than anything else. And it's the truth. And when you're separated and there's this chaos, sometimes it's because you truly do need this connection to calm things and settle them down. But in the chaos and in the midst of all of it, you don't realize that, right? So I'm sorry, this lighting is driving me crazy here for some reason. I don't know what to say. And I'll tell you another thing. This masculine really does block out his emotions because look at this energy all around here, these clouds. Those are really super clouds. Like, they're blocking everything out, and the dryness of the land. There's no water running in there. Sorry, I'm just noticing something. Yeah, so what I'm going to say with the masculines for right now, what they're up to, they're doing something so determined that they're really not paying attention. Sorry, the cat is about to come in. I just go for the water bottle now and she's gone. Or he. I always call her a she. See, doesn't matter. So tell us more. What more do we need to know here? What I just heard literally is the feminine needs to get out of her head. The feminines need to get out of their head. I guess that's just a message on its own. I'm looking for more there, and there's nothing more coming. Feminine needs to get out of her head. Sync the Five of Cups, and we're back here again. I'm going to go with this being the feminine because I just got that message. And because you can't even see if this is a man or a woman. Okay? So clearly, that's an important message for, I'm going to say, the feminine. The Five of Cups is someone who is focused on the wrong thing right now. This person is focused on the Three of Cups. And I'm not saying you're focusing on that so much, feminine, because it shows you in your Nine of Cups or Nine of Pentacles energy, which is that of loving yourself and doing you. But as I said, there's an energy here of discontent, and I'm picking it up. You don't normally pick that up with the Nine of Pentacles. But this girl has everything, but she still is a little bit energetically drained. And that would be a great way to put it. And I do feel like behind her could be a black cloak. There is a cloak. We don't know what color it is. But here, it could almost be saying exactly what like the true energy is. This feminine, you know, what I hear is like, when is he going to cross that bridge is what I'm hearing now. The nice thing about this Five of Cups is there's no blood spilled, okay? Which says things are calmer between whatever's going on. Things are clearing up. It's water. You know, usually there's blood in those cups. Two of them have blood. One of them has water. Things are clearing up here. Things are getting easier. They're smoothing out. Like everything's happening how it's supposed to. There's no blood. And that's a huge deal. I can't explain it. It's like the pain is washing away. The hurt and the sorrow is, you know, it's getting filtered out. But what the feminine needs to focus on, because you get what you focus on, she just has to turn around. And it's not, and I'm telling you, like, maybe that's why they said back away from everything right now. Because sometimes you do have to back away from everything to calm it down. It's like bring it back down to ground zero and then go and start focusing on what actually will benefit you to focus on. And for some of you, all you would have to really do in this sense is focus on yourself and the connection with yourself. And that would bring this connection in even quicker. Interesting. So more about the message that we need to know today. And you know, what I'm picking up before I turn this card over is like when you're in chaos, divine feminines, or when you're like in two energies where you're, one of them is like, okay, life is good. And then the next one, hi buddy, come on. Do you want to come over? Come. And then the next day you're like, oh no, life is shitty. Like, where is he? That's not helping. It's like, it's just all reflected all around. You really do have to turn that energy upside down. I'm going to leave that card upside down. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. So focusing, it's very interesting because we have who I said was focusing on the three, like the third party or whatever it may be. The Three of Cups. I got to put this up and just take another look now that this card came out. Real interesting we have here. This is the Lovers. I just wanted to double check because there's three people here and, you know, and it's in French, but amour, lovers. Let me just, sorry. There's madness going on here, but for those of you that know, I need my music. So, the Lovers, this is this getting good. It's getting good. And the funny thing is, I saw this card today. So, like, I was already looking at these cards. So, I'm familiar with what I was thinking here. And it's really interesting. For some of you, you know your person's person that they're dealing with. They're karmic, okay? You hear that? Like, what this cat? So symbolic. And someone said to me, you know, black cats are good luck. I get it. I'm not putting down the cat. But when we do the karmic or bring up the karmic and the cat starts making noise and all this shit, I'm like, oh my gosh, like weird. Okay. So focusing on the heartache, focusing on the pain, focusing on the fact that the divine masculine, see, this is something that's annoying some of you, is why did he even have to take any time and think about being with me? You know, this is a person who is thinking about what they want to do. I'm not saying they're thinking anymore. And get this, what other message I pick up here. Some of you know the karmic, and the karmic is not nice. Well, she's angry. Okay, I don't want to put anyone down. She's angry, but it's almost like she's doing that. Like, as in like, fuck off type of thing. And he's standing there and he's like, what do I do? And then we have this beautiful, like, this spiritual energy. Even Cupid is over this one here. And it's like Cupid wants to shoot him to look over there, but she's just like standing there and she's like, what have I got myself into? How does this man have to take even a second to choose between me or this I hear bitch. So some of you are like in catty terms with this person as well. Take a look at that. It's just, I don't like that. It's just like, really? Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, karmics are angry. A lot of them are angry because they, deep inside, they want love too. They want true love. And when they see the masculine and the way that they are towards you, they feel it. And I told you guys, I've been in all of these situations. This is why I can definitely relate to all of these things. I was meant to go through these things. I've been in a karmic situation with someone who I'm great friends with now because we had lessons to teach each other and we realized that. But I'm going to tell you, because this is reminding me, when I first saw a picture of that person who I used to be in love with, which I wasn't, it was absolutely no. But at the time it was crazy and I was into it, right? And when I saw a picture of him and his person, I truly believe that was his twin. I didn't know that at the time. But when I saw a picture, I was so taken back because I could see in his eyes that he loved her. What he had for me at the time, I thought we were in love or whatever. I was very young and it was one of my first relationships that I had to have because it set the groundwork for so many different things, including getting me out of a job I didn't like, realizing, one thing I'm really fortunate for is that person I had, he never lied to me. He never said, you're my girlfriend. Like, even though we did this for years, he always said, I don't want a girlfriend. And he always said, I don't want to settle down. But he always kept his word. If he said, we're going on a date tonight, we're going on a date tonight. Like, I could always count on that. And he showed me like some foundation rules for respecting yourself or for being around people that respect yourself. So it's all meant to happen. But this is reminding me here of, I'm picking up on her energy, the karmic here, and I get it because she sees the love you guys have. And though I never did anything like psycho when seeing it, it touched me. And I was just like, I could see it right through the picture. I'm like, that is the love of his life. He didn't end up staying with her because he's a cheater. And he does love single life as well, but we've talked about it. And he wishes he could have done better for that person. But he couldn't. It just wasn't him as a human being. So he's like, Jen, I'm happy with my life single. And he likes to, it's not that he's a cheater. He likes to enjoy women. Doesn't matter. Like, he never judges them. He loves the company of women. So point being here, the divine feminine is a little bit upset and aggravated that it even took this masculine that long. And it's true, though, for some of the masculine, if they're not tied down, like when the guy that I'm talking about met this woman, he left. He pretty much like cut ties with us. He did come back, of course, because, it didn't work out with them. But he pretty much like was like, Jen, I love her and I'm going. And this is what we would expect, right? We would expect someone to just be like, I'm out of here. I'm packing up the bags. Well, we're talking about the twin flame journey. I feel like those two were like, something special. But maybe they weren't twins, right? Like that was a long time ago and I didn't even know about twins back then. I just know what I saw in his eyes with her was different than anything I ever saw in his eyes with me. But here now we're aware we're on the twin flame journey. We want to be on this journey. That's why we are still here. So I'm picking up that some of the feminines, that's why the 9 of Pentacles is here and she's aggravated or, discontent because she's like, I've done everything. I'm me. I'm spiritual. I'm happy. I'm creative. And he's still not here. But that's the blockage. And that's what I'm trying to say. That's where the blockage comes in when you're like, he's still not here. Can't say that stuff. And you can't but it's in your mind. I get it. And some of you are looking back at your memories. If you ever bumped into the karmic, you know what the shitty thing is? Sometimes those men or the masculine energies, they will defend the karmic. No, Sorry, I'm taking the ball away. They will defend the karmic because at the time they kind of have to. And I feel like something like that may have happened. I really am picking up an energy here of two women that have bumped into each other or that do know about each other as well, okay? And it's just an overall energy of chaos. That's the thing. Every single thing is reflected in every single thing. It's really weird. Anyhow, that's what you're thinking about. That's what your memories are going back to for some of you. What the dark cloak energy, the 5 de cup is about you remembering. Remember that time when I bumped into the two of them and he told me, you got to go. I'll talk to you later. I'm with my karmic or whatever. Like, you know, that type of stuff is on your mind. And especially when you're in such a good spot. And that's what I was saying. I have a feeling like a lot of the people in my community, like not everyone, but I get a lot of you do have contact with your masculine, at least periodically. And for some of you, when you had the contact, you're doing well. So you're like, what the frig? What more do I have to do here? Patience. Patience is what I heard right now. We have the Fool card here. And what I'm picking up with this Fool, Le Fou, is about becoming friends with yourself, becoming friends where you are right now, becoming friends with what's going on right now. It gets to a really good spot where things just don't affect you. Nothing will dim your day. And, you know, with the Queen of Wands here underneath, it's true. It's about that energy of the sun and not allowing anything else to affect you. Becoming your own best friend. You know, this advice here is to try and help you. What I'm picking up with what they're saying here is to try and help you clear some last blockages you have and to do it as soon as possible. My ears get weird when I come on here and talk. It's very interesting. Remember, the first message we got about the divine masculine's headspace is, I will move forward when the time is right. But at least they have that thought in their mind, you know? And for some, if you were able to watch that video, I'm going to put it on Vimeo yesterday that I took down. That's exactly what the message was. So maybe some of these masculines are a bit brighter than yesterday's, or maybe the energy has shifted because yesterday they were like ready to go and ready to leave and ready to enjoy the new life with their new family. And the cards literally said this in the end. It was very stretched out to get the message yesterday. But point being is that maybe today this one's a little bit smarter and he's like, wait a second, I need to get some things under control here, you know? And he's realizing I might be wrong. I might be wrong with how I was feeling yesterday. It's hard admitting I might be wrong. Yesterday I was ready to go. And today I'm like, I'm going to do it when the time is right. And that's 2 5 of Cups here. So that also tells me that the masculine could be also focusing on what he did wrong, which is, it's, you know, even if the masculine is focusing on what he did wrong, it's still manifesting more of that. That's the secret. It's like you get what you think of. And I know people are sick and tired of hearing it, but I'm just going to keep on repeating myself because I'm living proof of it. And by changing my thoughts, I brought my masculine back into my life. So I 100% believe in it. And I tell you guys, 6 of batons, like I'm telling you, I brought him back. And slowly but surely, he is caring less and less about what anyone else thinks about his decisions. Slowly but surely. And it also comes with me accepting him as he is. He is not, at this time, he is not extremely reliable. He is not someone I can definitely depend on. And I just have to accept that right now. People change, and I'm not even thinking about that, but I'm just trying to give you the energy of how I do it. I just know anything can change at any time. Right now, presently, I have to accept him for him. And he is in his own situation right now, dealing with things right now around him, the chaos around him. So, I mean, just keep that all in mind. It's really complex manifesting, and it can often seem very, very contradictive. But that's why you have to go within yourself and just know deep within what you're talking about to yourself. Because I can tell you all day, keep your thoughts positive, keep this and that. But then when you start getting into it, you start saying things that kind of don't make sense to that. Like, oh, okay, well, send a message if you want, but don't make it mean. But it's like, well, why do I have to not make it mean? It's just about, because why set yourself up? After you send the message, you're going to be like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. And then you're setting yourself up thinking more negative thoughts. Okay. Goes on. So anyhow, let's wrap this up and let's just see what a final message is here about the masculine. Sorry, I took off the comments chatting today just so I could just stay focused, but I wanted you guys to be here because I pick up on your energy. So I think a lot of times I'll do this because I actually am picking up on great energy here, and no distractions with the comments, disabled. So final messages that we need to know here. Why do you want to come up? Okay. I knew it would be about the masculine, and look at that. Oh, and we come back to square one. This is how I know when, when the message is over, when we come back to exactly where we started. It's on the side here. So we have the 9 of Wands and we have the 8 of Cups. This masculine is working, and literally, I feel like it's working. Okay, so that's a message there on its own. This masculine is working hard. Another thing that's going on with this masculine is he is working towards releasing fears, beliefs, old fears, anything that's holding him back. Look at this. Like, usually we see in the 9 of Wands, the guy's all beaten up and he has the blockage behind him and he's holding a wand, like he can't do nothing about it. This masculine, and this was part of the message yesterday, this masculine realizes there is something he can do about it. And it's lit a fire. It's almost like burned him. And he's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to fight for what I want so that I can go, so that I can leave. Look at the bridge. And I feel like that's a bridge there, a bridge of cups. But it's like, so this all relates kind of to yesterday's message. It's very interesting. It's like, in order to walk away, this person actually has things that have to be closed out. 9 of batons, 9 of wands, 1 wand away from full closure. But it's something that has to be done. I'm going to pull from this deck. And he's going to be happy once he does it, okay? And this is part of the reason why in this card he is happy. Because it's ending the story that we're getting, right? And it's like, I did it. I did it. He took all the swords here. This is the 7 of Swords. Usually he leaves some behind. He's like, no, I cleared it all. I'm taking responsibility here type of energy, okay? So just want one more message from this for everyone. Advice. Or, something like that along those lines. We have the Judgment card. You are being watched is the word. Is heard what I heard. You are being watched. Everything is being watched here, okay? And it will be called forward when the time is right for it to be called forward. The double X, it's like X marks the spot. It's like, I'm just picturing those, like a box that has to get an X stamped on it, but the X hasn't been stamped on it yet. So it's not done yet. Okay? It's not done. This is what's going on today. I asked for this message for today. What's going on? I will move forward when the time is right. Yes, that is the cat popping his head up in here. Okay, everyone. I'm going to stop now, and I thank you so much for joining us all. You know what? Like, even the cat, like, even the karmic, even whoever needs some love too. I really think actually you should check out that video. I'm going to put it up on Vimeo now, so it will be up there if you want to check it out later on in the day. I'll put like 75-cent charge. I don't know. Whenever I put I want to do like 99 cents, and then it comes to like 114 or something silly, depending on your currency. Super duper cheap and cheerful, I'll make it. And I appreciate you and all your support. Thank you. And that's it. And the music just went too. So it's perfect. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you so much. Ciao.